Hey, Adrienne Clancy here from Clancy Works Dance Company, and I just want to first say happy holidays to all of our friends, Clancy Works friends, our colleagues, our partners, our teaching artists with whom we love and who keep me moving and grooving and learning every single day. So mostly I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Clancy Works, and it is our 25th year anniversary coming up this year, okay? It'll be fiscal year 27, and we are super excited. It is no small feat, as we all know, to sustain a small nonprofit dance organization, especially in this day and age. At the center of our mission, I would say, is DEI work. We are really excited about our DEIA work. We believe strongly that dance helps bring people together, helps us appreciate one another. We learn from one another when we dance each other's cultures. We understand beyond words what it means to be in and of the people of a specific social community, regional community, faith-based community that keeps people together. So I've always been super passionate about dancing. As you know, anyone who knows me, they used to call me Age, the dancing rage when I was growing up because I could never stop dancing. But I do want to say really what has helped sustain us is a very simple principle. I learned it from Jim Collins, from Good to Great, in his book written in 2001, and he calls it the Hedgehog Concept, 3 circles, right? Basically, you have to kind of think about, hey, whatever you're going to do, what are you passionate about? What are you really passionate about? Y'all know I love dance, always have. And 2, then you got to think about what can you be the best at, right? You got to really be true with your skill set. And I'll say, right, y'all know I have always loved to sing, but even my family and everyone around me would tell me, girlfriend, singing is not your skill set, all right? So as much as I would love to sing, right, I've got passion, I don't have the skills, which means that would not lead me to figuring out where the resources are, right? What would drive the economic engine of your passion, and if you have skills. So I'm going to focus again on dance. Passionate, love dance, always have. I think I have a good skill set. Yeah, I've been doing it my whole life, got a PhD, other degrees, and also have danced professionally with the Lewinsky Company, with the Liz Lerman Dance Exchange, and Clancy Works has been around since 2001, collaborating with amazing artists, and y'all know who you are out there. But again, we have been really successful, I think, because we honed it in, right? I'm also passionate about education, love education, right? I always realized that my dance education came from being in public school educations, after school programs, scholarship programs, going to college with scholarships, right? So for me, education and the art of dance, the practice of dance, really are highly linked. So Clancy Works, we love our performance. We love arts and education. We're really interested, and we only survive because of our community engagement, and that's what drives my work. I make choreographic works that are for, of, and from the people, right? I start with when I'm starting with a work, I work about things that are concerning to me, and then when I know that they're concerning to me, I kind of put those questions out there to the community at large in different ways. My classes, conversations on the metro, different times of day when I just see somebody in a shopping mall, if I'm shopping at a grocery store, and I just kind of start to talk, ask people what it is that they're thinking, right? And get a sense of if it's something that is of interest to them as well, or if it's just my thing. If it's my thing, that means it's therapy, and I need to deal with it on my own. But if it's a question that I'm dealing with that is larger and interesting to the community, then I know I've got some good secret sauce. Right? And I would say something as Clancy Works is, we are a learning organization. Professional development is always at our key. I'm always learning. Everybody knows I'm constantly going to different professional development intensives just to continue to make sure that I am not only relevant, but that I'm also aware of what is happening in our world, in our own discipline of dance, but also in the larger world, because we all know how the external environment, political environment really shifts what we can do and with whom we can really connect. So I'm talking to you today because it is the end of the year, and of course it is the Clancy Works end of year campaign. We are hoping to raise $5,000. We are halfway there. We did, we made our goal before Giving Tuesday, with a donor who said if we raised 1,000, they would match it, and we did. So now, babes, we just got to get to 5,000. So number one, any donors out there who would like to be an anonymous donor and match, you just call us, let us know, development@Clancy Works Dance Company. And also at the same time, if you just want to donate, you can see $1. Well, $1 is totally cool, but if you got $2, you got $2.50, you got $25, you got $250, you got $500, anything helps. Any and every dollar. And specifically, all of our end of year campaigns are going towards our senior adult programs. SOAR, supporting older adults to rejuvenate, is one of our prime programs. And then also we're going to be focusing on our FRUIT program, fostering relationships using intergenerational techniques. Why are we working on this specifically? Our secret sauce is saying that we actually want to do a little bit of everything. We want to connect performance, arts and education, community, and professional development all in these programs. And we actually do that with our senior programming and with our FRUIT programs. Again, I just want to bring us back to you again, because if we go back to that hedgehog principle and our secret sauce, right, is where we're going to connect our passions with our proficiency or our skill set, what we know that we are fantastic at doing, arts education, educational performances, doing any kind of community engagement, activity or event, and of course, professional development. Our Dance Educators Training Institute, which will be taking place June 29th and 30th, 2026 this year, is always something, and we've been doing that for 20 years, a program for 20 years. Why and how do we do this? Once again, our secret sauce goes back to what are we passionate about? We are super passionate specifically about education. Right now, our passion always is concerned with multiple populations, but we know now the senior population in Maryland is at huge risk and need. By 2030, 25% of Maryland is going to be of a senior citizen age. And we also know that there is huge cuts that are coming to the senior population, Medicare and Medicaid. And I will just tell you, I work a lot in assisted living. When I look at them saying, if you're going to cut Medicaid, I'm not really sure you really understand what is going to happen to all of the people, because as we all know, if you're in a senior assisted living, that's what, $11,000, $12,000 a month perhaps. Even if you've got tons of money, even if you had a huge house, if you survive more than 3 to 4 years, you don't have money to pay for that assisted living. And then who pays for it is Medicaid. But you know what? We've all paid into it. It's not like the government is doing this. We've all worked our own off our whole entire lives, so that when it got to us in terms of our senior years, we would actually be able to have some public support, which we have supported our whole life in working. So again, I get very passionate, but I'm going to bring us back. Dancing, understanding with Clancy Works, our passion, dance education, performance, working with community, and professional development is connected with skill set. If we don't have the skill set, we go out and we partner with people who do. Okay, so it's not always that it has to be within our exact means as an organization, but we make sure that within our circle of influence, we have people who are experts at all and any of the subjects that would connect with our work. Okay, and resources. Okay, so Clancy Works, we've always been limited with resources, right? We're a small nonprofit, but what we have figured out with our resources is that we partner. We try to figure out what it is that we have, right? Knowledge, expertise, networks of amazing, intelligent, very experienced and seasoned artists, yeah, that we could offer and barter. But also we are also very agile at helping our partners work with finding grant funds, right? We do a lot of grant writing. We collaborate with our partners to help them, because I know when I was an educator and I worked in schools, I didn't have the time to write grant awards. And so we support all of our teachers in education. We also work with our community centers and try to help them. But also, what is something that we were really, really needing right now is you. You in particular, because individual contributions are an area that would be super, super helpful for us in order to make sure that we can support our senior programs, right, with SOAR, supporting older adult rejuvenation, as well as our FRUIT programs, fostering relationships using intergenerational techniques. What we found with our fruit program is that it is early retired volunteer adults. So if you're an early retired volunteer adult, or if you've been retired for a while, it's totally okay, and you'd like to volunteer your time, we've been working with high school students, and we can also work with middle school students. Most of our students who engage in our fruit program happen to be students who are first generation immigrants in America, legally here, okay? But they're missing their homes. They're missing the communities of their grandmas, their aunts, their cousins. So what we found, because Montgomery County, the county in which we live, in which we're based, is extremely diverse. So we've been able to find volunteers of different diverse backgrounds so that our seniors can connect with adults who are from their community, who speak their language. Again, this has been a successful pilot that we've run for the last 2 years. And within those last 2 years, we've gotten amazing reviews, amazing. The students have talked about the amount of self-esteem and confidence that they have, and have also made many connections, whether they want to go to college, start their own business, immediately work for a company. They're able to connect with older adults who can offer advice, right? Or even just an ear to kind of talk through and have people think through strategically what they may be able to do after high school. Again, I'm just letting us know at the end of the year, there are so many calls for where people want you to contribute your money. But I would say, hey, contribute every day. You can also do $2.50, $2.50, $5 a month, $50 a month, right? You could connect with us and do that within our donation page. And $25 a month ends up being, let's say, 25 times, and that ends up being $300 a year. For $25 a month, you probably wouldn't even feel that. $300 a year for us would be huge. That would be at least one dance class for our our senior program or our fruit program. All right, my friends, I know your time is valuable, as all of ours is. And I just want to once again tell you that if you need any information, please connect with us, development@clancyworks.org. Of course, that is information about dance or resources for dance in particular. It's again, development@clancyworks.org. And you can contribute there. You can also contribute through our Spur Local page. All that information will be in the link. Again, from Clancy Works, from myself, Dr. Adrienne Clancy, I just want to wish you a very, very heartfelt holiday season, whatever it is that you're celebrating. And of course, a happy, happy, happy new year. And may you please connect with us in 2026. Happy holidays.